Rival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
Howdy, gang. Welcome to round 4 of our October Blitz.
What's up?
What's up is that we're going to be doing the Wolfman today. This is probably another one Zach hasn't seen. Did you watch it before this time or no?
I didn't get a chance to again.
I don't think it really matters. It really doesn't. So, welcome to my world, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's me like half the time at least.
I'm going to watch it though, and I'll give my fucking final thoughts on a future episode.
Yeah. It's not fair to like go on Letterboxd and put a review in after this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way too. You know, I've been on Letterboxd for a while. You got me into it, and I am strictly not counting because you've introduced me to a lot of movies through some of the weird, bizarre ass fucking commentaries you make me do, and I don't count the commentary stuff that because I don't ever watch the shit that's obscure that Zach throws at me. I never do. I only really do that for Cinema Enema. I'll go out of my way to do that, so I count that obviously. But so there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I got to go to rewatch to really earn my badge on it. But anyway, let's go ahead and just roll into it in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, so hot. Want to touch the hiney?
Hell yeah. This is my favorite movie. Fucking, you know, our boy, Marty McFly's in it. He's Donk. Fucking that scene where he finds out his dad's a werewolf too. That's hilarious.
We were supposed to do that.
Oh yeah.
It was botched.
We're doing it now.
Well, kind of. Not really.
Oh, we're not doing that movie? That movie's better than this movie, I bet.
We could have did the Benicio del Toro Wolfman that everybody shits on.
I never seen it.
Everybody shits on it. I think I might be wrong, but I think the dude that did the effects for American Werewolf did that movie too.
That's a great movie, American Werewolf.
Yeah, there's something about that Benicio del Toro Wolfman movie that I don't know what it is. It probably looks cool.
Beta!
What?
We got Beta Lugosi back. Alumni.
Beta Lugosi. So Zach and I are getting kind of ahead of ourselves. So some of the things we talk about are like comments we might read later. They're not going to reflect most likely like Frankenstein. They're probably not even acknowledge the Mummy either because we're that ahead. And I don't know how Zach wants to do it. I'm kind of speaking in the future right now for all you guys because we're on a pace now to do more than 4 for the month, which is good because it's a blitz. We should. My goal is to at least do like 6 or 7, and we're like really on our way to that. So I don't know how Zach wants to post these. Typically, we go live with our episodes on Wednesdays, but obviously we're gonna have an influx of content. So Zach, what were you thinking? How did you want to pace them out?
I don't know.
It's obviously up to him. It's up to you, but we're obviously gonna have more than 1 per week's worth of episodes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's however you want to do it since you're the one that edits them.
Oh, yeah. Werewolfism.
Yeah, werewolfism. We don't really want to have any of the October Blitz universal exploitation after October. That doesn't make any sense, but I still would really like to get a Cinema Enema in for this month. I don't know if that's feasible, but maybe we can do it for to kickstart.
I still got Max and Zach's to do, baby. You gotta fucking overload me.
Hey, what are you gonna do for Mac and Zach?
I don't fucking know. What, I have to predict the future over here?
We can I don't think we'll have a Cinema Enema for this month, but I'd like to maybe kick off next month with one.
I like to kick your fucking ass.
I think
my foot.
I've made my choice official. It's on the record here. My choice is Angel Heart. I want Zach to watch that movie and give me his take because I kind of gave him my pre-review of it, like just kind of because I saw it for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I'd always heard about it. I had seen it a couple of times in passing. But I never really sat down and gave it even 2 minutes of my time, and it wasn't anything like I always assumed it was. And
he gave us the pre-cum.
I did.
It lubed us up.
And they say there's no some people say there's no semen in pre-cum, but some people say yes there is a little bit, and it only takes one to get somebody pregnant. So, you know what? The whole pull-out method, I don't know how reliable it is. Be careful, guys.
Fucking no, just shoot your nuts all up in there. And if she says if she gets pregnant, just run. Fucking skip town.
You know what they say? It's like that Dave Chappelle skit on that new. Did you watch that new Dave Chappelle?
Still haven't yet.
He's got that whole punchline about talking about abortion and that whole issue, and he basically echoes my thoughts on it. Let the women fight that one out, right? I mean, I can tell you what I think I would do if I were a woman, and I can tell you my views are conservative when it comes to that.
I would fucking abort the fuck out of that kid if I was a woman.
But
I get a wisp and fucking scramble its brains myself.
Whether when it comes to like the right and the left arguing about that, I do think that should be just delegated to women only. Right? I could say what I hope somebody chooses, but I think they should duke it out. Anyway, that's the whole bit, is he's talking about abortion, and that's his stance on it. But you know, there's always an ellipsis and a but with Dave Chappelle's stuff. And he's like, if you have the right to murder it, I have the right to abandon it. Basically, don't make men pay.
That's dog.
There's a whole build up to the joke, and it's really, really funny. But that sounds exactly like something you would subscribe to with the comments you just made.
Yeah, I just wouldn't consider it murder. So it's just a good time. Plus, murder is like the unlawful killing. Since abortion's legal, it's thereby lawful.
It would just be, what would you call it?
It'd be fucking just scrambling that fucker's brains, getting the fuck out of there.
Oh.
I'm donk.
I guess you could just call it homicide.
I'm fucking donk.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I'm danker than shit. I'm the dankest. That's a big fucking weeds fucking pipe.
Dude. You know, when they talk about the whole pull-out method and stuff, they say, it's kind of on you to kind of know when you start kind of pre-ejaculating and all that stuff. And I'm like, there's guys out there that fucking take a long time. Dude, the pre-cum is strong with me, man. It's like immediately. Like
I don't know. It's just that fucking naturally lubes you up. So it usually happens before you even go in. It starts.
Well, that they're saying like basically all guys are different. And since, you know, pre-cum may or may not have some semen in it, you know, you're supposed to be able to know your body well enough to pull out before pre-cum happens. And I'm like, how the fuck does that work? Because like I see a pair of titties and I'm juicing already. You know what I mean?
Juice it.
It's fucking weird.
You're juicing.
Yeah, I'm leaking. Drippy faucet. You know what I mean?
It's because you got the clap. It's a slow drip.
That was a poor choice of description, I guess. But you know what I mean? I've never understood that. I'm like, so basically never do the pull-out method because I don't know how anybody could...
Just fuck them in the ass. Did you ever get a chick to give you anal by saying, I don't have a condom, we just fuck in the ass?
Could you drip out? Could you drip down the ass crack?
Hopefully.
And into the Chinese? Well, they say as well, I didn't know this was going to be a Dr. Ruth sex ed fucking podcast, but they also say that you shouldn't pull out and like blow on the stomach because cummies can travel like this in the semen. They could like, they naturally like gravitate like magnetism to the fucking vagina.
That's dog.
It's weird. Or no, my bad. Maybe not the stomach, but they say don't like fucking ejaculate on like the vagina area, right? Because you're still close enough. So it's weird, man. It's like reefer madness with having babies.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to scare you. Hey, so right before we started recording this, they posted an article online about, and like I said, we're out of date. We're kind of talking in the future here. We're from the past is what it is. No, they're a new Evil Dead movie. Did you see that? So, and I kind of had a feeling they were going to do that. So they're developing a brand new Evil Dead with a new director. And I didn't actually read the article or anything, but it sounds like they're rebooting it again is what it sounds. You know,
Raimi or bust. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, they're obviously producing it, but it sounds like they're rebooting it again. I mean, I actually kind of want to peruse the article real quick. Evil Dead and Arm and Darkness director Sam Raimi confirms he's developing another Evil Dead movie under a new director. He was at New York Comic Con this weekend.
You know why they're rebooting it again is because the last one's so fucking forgettable.
Yeah, it sucked, but also it's been too long. Even if they wanted, I know that was one of the options kicked around was let's make another sequel with the Mia character. But dude, it's been like fucking 10 years at this point or something ridiculous. But he was at New York City Comic Con. That's where Josh James of R-Rated was this weekend. He needs to do a video on his take of that. Like what kind of cool shit he saw and heard. He probably went to some panels.
Did he meet the Rames?
I don't know. That would have been cool to meet Sam Raimi. But basically, he was talking about the Grudge reboot, I guess, and the Grudge reboot's under his Ghost House Pictures.
Not another Grudge movie.
It's got Lin Shaye in it. You see that trailer that dropped like today or something?
No, I like Lin Shaye, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't knock her, man. She's an old bitch that's actually getting work. Leading roles, too, which is fucking weird. I mean, good for her.
Fucking old bitch.
I know, man. Good for her, man. And, you know, nepotism, that had no factor in it at all. Right? No, that absolutely did not play a part.
Well, she was a decent actor too, so it was okay.
No, she's good. I'm just giving shit. But basically, let me see what it says here. Raimi said Evil Dead will continue with Evil Dead 2 star Bruce Campbell acting as producer. That was a fake out. The franchise I know, what a fake out, right? Why does he say Evil Dead 2 star?
Yeah,
that's really weird
too. The one we all know the most.
How about Evil Dead just fucking franchise or the whatever? You don't need to put the numerical. He says the franchise last revived on the big screen in 2013 under director Fede Alvarez. It's only been 6 years. It feels like 10. Continued on the form of a since canceled TV series, Ash vs. Evil Dead, R.I.P. Love that show. Which again starred Campbell as a chainsaw wielding character. Blah blah blah. Campbell, he confirmed that he will not star. So there's more Evil Dead coming, but you know, Bruce Campbell ain't doing it. He ain't having none of it. Unless Campbell has proven time and time again that if you throw a fat enough wad of fucking cash in front of his face, he'll do it.
Oh yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
And Fetty Wap ain't doing it?
No, so it sounds like they're developing it and they're still seeking somebody else. I don't know if they've got a guy or what.
Yeah.
Did you call him Fetty Wap?
Yeah, there's this guy called Lil B. He's like the worst rapper, the greatest worst rapper ever, and he's always talking about getting Fetty Wap and Jerry or something like that. He's like, I'm getting my Fetty Wap and my Jerry or something like that. It's pretty donk. So all of his album covers look like fucking like 90s shitty like fucking Master P, Ghetto D album covers.
I know you pitched the idea of your next covers album with Mac to be like one of those shitty Master P 90s records. Snoop Dogg had one of those shitty 90s records too. Like they all had that fucking shitty, like by today's standards especially, it's like a really bad Photoshop job.
Just, yeah, fucking Photoshop nightmare. You could tell, like people were like, yeah, Photoshop's the new big thing, baby. Make these fucking collages on the Photoshop.
Yeah, they're total ass. But anyway, from the sounds of it, it sounds like somebody asked him a question at a panel. It wasn't like he had this statement prepared, and it sounds like it's in like a pre-production. It doesn't sound like there's a director attached. It just sounds like he's developing it, which, you know, therefore we maybe can have some hope, cross our toes that it's early enough for Bruce Campbell to jump in, you know. Producer's bullshit. Who gives a fuck about that? He's not doing shit.
It's just like, oh, my name's going to go on it and I'm going to get a paycheck.
I would buy that Sam Raimi has more creative like consultation than Bruce Campbell does, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just taking that paycheck and he's doing really pointless after credit scenes that get your hopes up. Who's
the chick that played the main chick in the last movie?
Jane Levy. She was in that Don't Breathe movie.
They should get her again.
To reboot it again?
Fuck yes. I would let her sit on my face until she comes.
Okay. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Hell yeah.
I knew it was going to happen though. I mean, but you know what? I'll be intrigued. I mean, it's more Evil Dead, so of course, but I really hope, I would honestly say that I would hope this would give them an opportunity rebooting again with a new director. I mean, I guess they never said it was a reboot. They just said working with a new Evil Dead with a new director. Maybe it will be a sequel. I guess I'm jumping ahead, right?
I saw people posting about the remake like last night. I was like, why the fuck people remember this movie? And that's probably why, because they heard another one's being made.
If I mean, like I said, I'm just assuming it's a reboot, I guess, but it could be a sequel with a new director with Mia. But now I would hope if they were going to take the opportunity to reboot it, I'm like, okay, well, maybe they can learn their lesson. But I don't think they would do that because for some reason people like that shitty movie. It's not like everybody fucking pans it and it's like, okay, we're going to do this again and we're going to listen to that feedback and we're going to do it right. No, people like it, man. So it's going to be more of the same.
People are fucking stupid.
Is there anything popular in the horror scene today that wasn't necessarily as popular, the big thing in when that came out in 2000 fucking whenever it was? You know, something they would capitalize? Like, is it going to be very Blumhousey, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. They got to jump on that Halloween erasing fucking chronological shit and just make a direct sequel. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame because there's no other franchise where the character being older and fatter doesn't matter. It can work into however you write that story because it's delved into time travel, all kinds of crazy shit. Like, you know, it sucks because you have Freddy Krueger, you have Robert Englund, who, you know, is capable of aging out of a role. Ash really isn't until he's dead. Like, you can make that work somehow in the context of the story. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that they're not doing it more because he's not that old. He's not fucking geriatric. He's capable. So I don't know why he wouldn't do it. Sam Raimi straight up says, yeah, I would love for him to do it. So just fucking do it. Own that shit.
Just fucking do it. Step down from your fucking your throne at Ripley's Believe It or Not for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I just fucking took a swig of this lower sugar coffee protein drink, and I bought it because it's like a lot less sugar, 16 grams. Dude, this thing tastes like ass. It tastes like cardboard.
I hate coffee.
Well, I know what the sugar one, the variant, tastes like, and this tastes like pure ass. I would have never gotten this. Like, this is just purely if you need the fucking macronutrients or something, because
I gotta grab a drink real quick. I forgot I put a can in the freezer, so I'm gonna grab it so it don't explode. It did.
Okay, go for it. I do that all the time. I'm not a big fan of buying ice. I don't own an ice maker, actually, and so and I don't need ice. I don't need it because I buy my drinks. I keep my water. I don't drink shit out of a tap, and I keep it all refrigerated. And then when I freshly buy a bunch of shit, I immediately put a couple things in the freezer if I want it like really cold. But I've always got shit refrigerated.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Guess what I'm drinking?
You're probably. I heard a tab. I heard a tab pool. So you're drinking
fucking Mountain Dew. I've got back on. I've decided it'll be funny if I just gain all the weight back.
No, fuck, don't. Are you really drinking Mountain Dew?
No. It's
okay, what are you drinking? You drinking LaCroix?
No, it's fucking the orange drink. Fucking, it tastes like orange soda, but it's water.
Okay, so it's sparkling water shit. Is it what is it? Pure America or Pure America? What's that fucking brand?
Clear America.
Clear America.
American. See, you can't fucking drink this unless you live in America. Fuck.
Oh, I fucking regret buying this, man. I bought 2 of them too. This tastes like fucking diarrhea water. It's not good.
Remember back in the day, whenever you'd put the fucking cans in the freezer, your mom would be like, don't forget it in there, it'll explode. And then you're like, I always thought, like, is she fucking lying? Why would it explode? And then it finally did.
I know. It's like that whole don't jack off, you'll get hairy palms. You think it's another fucking ruse. Like, yeah, right. You're just trying to get me to conform to your fucking rules, society standards. And yeah, it fucking bursts. It's weird.
Except you don't really get hairy palms. Oh, that's the point you're making.
I do it. Well, the Wolfman does, right?
Oh, yeah. That'd work better and feel more like a pussy.
So, I'm curious, just to at least bring it to Wolfman territory for a second, since we're doing a commentary for crying out loud.
Favorite werewolf movies?
Yeah, well, that's a good one. And then I also want to piggyback on that and say, how do you stack, like, what do you think of werewolves in general as overall monsters? I think the concept is really cool.
Yeah, they haven't been done great enough, though.
That's what I was going to say. I think there's definitely more shitty werewolf movies than there are good ones. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even care for the original Howling, to be honest with you.
I don't like Howling. Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah, and everybody talks about that transformation scene, and everybody talks about the American Werewolf one, too. But the Howling...
Werewolf in London is donk.
The Howling transformation scene, while it's visually very impressive, that motherfucking transformation, that whole scene, it takes a million years. Like, you're watching this fucking shit go on for what feels like 20 minutes. I'm like, I get it.
That's how fucking the other one is, too.
Which one?
American Werewolf. Apparently they asked the same guy that ended up doing the Howling to do American Werewolf first, and he was like, nah, I got another movie to do. And then they got this other guy, and basically they took the same approach, like make it painful looking and drawn out, and I like fucking American Werewolf better.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as the fucking Howling one, though. What's that? You know who else did it the same way?
Did you ever watch that movie yet, American Werewolf?
I can't say I've sat down and watched the whole thing.
Waited to make that a cinema.
Yeah, It's got my boy Griffin Dunn in it.
Fuck it. Is he related to Ryan Dunn?
R.I.P.
Exactly.
Hey, Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn is the reason why Bam is all fat and fucking crying out for Dr. Phil. You see that fucking bullshit?
Yeah, fuck it. I feel bad for him.
Dude, I feel bad for him too, but how exploiting of a situation could he be? His own situation, granted. He's like, I need Dr. Phil. He's the only one that can help me.
If he doesn't, I'm gonna kick his ass. How is it he talks? He's like,
You drank wine off of a dude's ass crack.
he has a weird fucking...
Dr. Phil, who doesn't even hold any like current, he can't practice, right? It's all in name only. It's not like a real title.
Yeah,
that's correct.
I guess he had to give up his fucking doctor thing to be on TV or something.
But Dr. Phil is the only guy that can help him. And I actually am curious to watch it. I saw the teaser for his act because he got him on the show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested in seeing it. Yeah.
I watched it.
The whole thing aired?
Yeah, I DVR'd it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you did watch the whole thing. How'd it go? It was sad?
Yeah, it was kind of weird to watch because, like, his mom's there and the wife that he ended up marrying on another show. What was the other show?
Yeah, where's Phil? I saw Ape was on the teaser. Where's Phil?
He wasn't there. And apparently she turned the castle he bought into, like, a bed and breakfast or something. And, like, he's yelling at her and shit. It's like, man, take it easy. Like, you're lucky these people still talk to you after how you treated them all those years.
Yeah. Well, he's starting to look like his dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you realize like, oh, when you get fatter, because when you get really large, you naturally grow a really big neck beard, right? Because it hides the fucking giant goose flapper you got down there.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's got that going on, and he's looking a lot like Phil. But at least he ain't got the Don Vito eye.
Yeah.
And that Don Vito thirst for underage girls. Blah.
Yeah, I didn't read much about that. What happened? Did he die and they found like fucking underage porn in his house or something?
Oh, no. It was when he was alive. And it had I don't think I found any porn or anything like that. But basically there was some sort of a meeting. I don't know if it was a signing or if it was an actual publicized event or if somebody just ran into him. I have no idea. But short end is this young fan, because Viva La Bam was on MTV. Their fan base was fucking preteens and teens, right? They wanted a picture with Don Vito, and he took a picture with her copping a feel of her 14-year-old titty.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And, yeah, terrible.
What a fuck up.
Yeah. Was there a point where he went off the show?
I don't know.
Because either he just kind of like vanished off the show off that, or this happened like right as the show ended and Bam started doing like other MTV shit, you know? Well, I don't fuck. Because didn't he have like another show, like a wedding show? Like they got married?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Unholy Union or something.
Yeah. So I think it happened in between those two. So it technically, he wasn't on TV to get fired. And he somehow just, I mean, it never would have lasted in the Me Too movement. And even then, cancel Don Vito. Who the fuck are you really hurting in that situation? I'm sure he gives a shit. But whatever.
The fucking chick that he caught the Phil on, she's like, oh, that fucking Don Vito, he's sexy.
Yeah. What about whenever, dude, he was hypnotic whenever he'd go crazy, like, you know, when Bam was fucking with him and his fucking gobbler would just jiggle.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't look away. But we were talking about werewolves, though. So what other movies besides American Werewolf do you like in the genre?
Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps is a good one. I like that one. Silver Bullet's a decent movie. That's solid.
I remember liking that one.
It's solid. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's a solid movie. I'd say it's I don't know. It's at least a 6.
Remember a lot of people liked that, what was it, fucking, something dogs or something, Dog Soldiers?
Oh, is it Dog Soldiers or Straw?
I think it was, yeah, Dog Soldiers. I didn't like that one.
I have it. I bought that at FYE a few months ago for like $2 of the Blu-ray. Because FYE, I know they're not really around very much. But if you live near one, they usually have really good deals.
It's called Phi.
Yeah, Phi, according to, what was that guy's name we called? According to that guy.
That's Mac.
Yeah, well, the guy I called in that prank call too, he answered it. Is this Phi? Yeah, it is. I'm like, you motherfucker. You're the reason why people call it Phi, because you don't correct us when we call in and say that. But yeah, I bought it. They usually run really good deals. I mean, typically their regular Marks shit is overpriced, like any kind of store like that. But when they run shit on clearance and sale, like their bins, it's like dirt cheap. So I have it. I haven't watched it though. I'm trying to think of.
I didn't like it. I remember people talking it up, and I might have went in with high expectations.
Yeah. Was that theatrical, or was it a made for like some cable channel, or?
It was independent. I don't know.
Okay.
I just came straight to.
I'm drawing blanks on wolf movies, so I'm literally gonna look.
Those are the only two I can think of, like horror movie wise.
I'm literally, besides a bunch of sequels, like Howling a Million. Let's see. Biggest werewolf movies.
Like Teen Wolf is good.
Bad Moon. Did you ever see that? I want to say I did see that a long time ago, like on Skinamax, because it's like a mid-90s movie, but I don't remember much about it. Do you ever see Jack Nicholson Wolf? They're not too kind on that movie.
Never seen that one.
It's a movie that I watched a couple of times, once again, in the mid-90s, so I remember scenes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember like the whole big picture of it. I'd like to watch it again. I fail to believe that anything with Jack Nicholson is totally shit, right? He like a movie like The Crossing Guard. You ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Sean Penn directed it. I think it was the second movie that he directed, and Jack Nicholson starred in that.
Did he play a pedophile that's fucking macking on the kids? He's a crossing guard and shit. That'd be donk.
No. He plays a distressed father whose kid had been killed like some years ago, and his wife was Angelica Houston, and the current day is they're divorced because their kid died, and their kid died because of
He fucked it?
fuck. No. There was a guy, and I want to say there was a guy that hit his kid crossing the street, and I don't think he was the crossing guard. I think the crossing guard fucked up or something, but the drunk driver hit his kid, and it really makes no sense why they call the movie The Crossing Guard at all. I'm like,
I like my idea better.
there's no reason why they call it The Crossing Guard. They should have called it Drunk Driver if they're going because none of the characters in it are a crossing guard. He just references a crossing guard, and I always freaking hate it when they do that, when somebody picks out a weird reference in their script and it has no real relevance to the story and they call it their title because it sounds cool or avant-garde or something. I don't fucking know, but yeah, it has nothing to do with that. Anyway, the movie is not amazing, but Jack Nicholson's in it, so it's still like at least a 5. But I'm sure Wolf's like that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers, that's the one you're talking about. Wolf.
All the Ginger Snap sequels aren't very good. You ever watch any of those?
I've never seen the sequels.
Like the second one is mediocre at best, and then like the third one's even worse, if I remember right.
Is Catherine Isabel in all of them or no?
She's in the second one, I remember. Actually, I think she's in the third one. It's like a prequel movie or something.
I never saw Wolf Cop, that movie from like 5 years ago. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I don't remember much about it.
But you did watch it?
That's one of the, I can rewatch it because it's one of the fucking Joe Bob movies now.
Wolf Cop?
Yeah.
When? Well, which one?
The new one. Fucking Wolf Cop.
No. Which Joe Bob? What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's fucking from the last season.
What?
Fucking Wolf Cop. It's one of the fucking movies he did.
No. But I'm fucking brain farting here. So did he do something?
He's retarded.
Yeah, okay. I guess I didn't. Okay, so that's weird. He did like a new movie-ish.
He did a couple.
All right. So I'll watch it then. I'll watch it with Joe Bob. I fell off that wagon. I had to get caught up. I got caught up just a couple of months ago watching the Dinners of Death. And then I watched like half of the Christmas. No, I watched all the Phantasm Marathon. I watched all those. And I watched almost all. I watched all the Dinners of Death except for like I didn't watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's like I've seen that a million times, and we had done that like on a podcast, and so I skipped a couple of those. But yeah, I didn't watch any of the new season. What all did he do on that new season? Do you remember?
Off the top of my head.
They fucking had all the Freddy movies for a while. If not, they still do. Why don't they do a Nightmare Marathon? Has he ever done the Nightmare movies?
I don't know.
I don't think Joe Bob's ever in the history of Joe Bob ever done Freddy movies.
They might only have him for a little bit.
But I mean, like even when he was on TNT, I don't think he ever did Freddy, did he?
I don't know.
Ever. Yeah, that doesn't seem like his genre. Yeah, dude. We're not missing very many of these big werewolf movies. There was that Wes Craven movie, Cursed, with Christina Ricci, and
Yeah, I remember there like a couple years ago they were like, "Oh yeah, the original version of Cursed was finally going to come out," and then he ended up dying like a year or two later. I haven't heard anything, but yeah, that was one of those movies that like we talked about one time where they started fucking pimping it, like, "Oh yeah, this movie's going to come out next year or fucking this summer," and then like it just went away, and then like 2 years later they start pimping it again, and then come to find out like they had to reshoot like a bunch of it, like the whole second half of the movie or something, and then it came out terrible.
I don't understand. They were filming stuff in modern day for Cursed, the old movie. What? What are you talking about? Cursed came out in 2004, so I'm very confused. They were going back and fucking filming shit for it?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
I guess they showed it to test screenings and then they had to fucking change it.
You talking about when it came out?
Yeah.
So the original. All right. So I wonder, well, if they had to change it, then why are they so pressured on releasing it? It doesn't sound like it was very good.
Because they're retarded.
Yeah. Anyway, that's when Wes Craven was getting a lot of work post Scream. Yeah. I mean, dude. I mean, I'm looking through this list, and there's a couple of obscure wolf movies in here, and obviously some older ones, like really old. There's a movie called Werewolf of London from 1935. But other than that, then it starts getting into shit like. They're really grasping, like Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the Twilight movies, Van Helsing, Underworld, these movies that technically have a vampire somewhere in the movie. Pretty dumb. So yeah, there's been a lot more vampire flicks and werewolf flicks, I guess.
Yeah, fucking, they can't do them right, I guess.
So you still haven't done anything to get in the spirit for Halloween? Yeah, I know you don't do that. You just kind of do whatever you feel like, whenever the fuck you want, but... You're not going to go to the pumpkin. You're not going to take your niece to the pumpkin patch. You're not going to go to like a haunted house.
I don't know.
I'm going to do that stuff this weekend, actually. I think I might go to a pumpkin patch, but I'm definitely going to go hit up some haunted houses. The problem with those haunted houses is like attractions. They're usually bullshit. They're never scary. They're bullshit. And they're really overpriced. Like they're way expensive for what they are. But at the same time, I still sometimes go because... it's just worth kind of being around the atmosphere. Like, it's not scary. It's a bunch of fucking high school kids in masks jumping out and scaring you, volunteering, working at that stuff. Like, I go in there knowing these people can't fucking touch me. They can't do anything. They're just going to jump out, and I don't know.
That's why they need to fucking start making you sign a waiver. Like, yeah, they can fucking touch you. They can start fucking doing anything they want to. And then they don't even have to. It's just that'll make it scary, knowing that they could.
I want to say there was one I went to last year that was some sort of a waiver where, like, the actors might accidentally touch you. That doesn't give you a right to touch them still. That doesn't waive that, So it is what it is. It's dumb. I went to this haunted house and, it was like this attraction that had like a lot of haunted houses on one lot. I just like the smell of the food. Like the fair type food, on a fall night and all that stuff, and seeing people around. It's neat. Halloween and autumn has that smell. I don't know what it is. I like the smell of pumpkins, though.
It's that dank smell.
I love the smell of pumpkins. Smell fucking nasty, but awesome at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
You ever smell a rotten jack-o'-lantern, man? That'll make you vomit, like a real rotting out jack-o'-lantern that's been just fucking sitting in the sun for like a month too long.
No.
Dude, it smells worse than your mom's panties. I swear to God. You will throw up.
Donk.
Yeah. Hey, there's a dog. Does that bite him and become the wolf man?
That's the same dog that played Toto. Fun fact.
Shut up.
Yeah,
looks nothing like Toto.
Yeah,
it's not even the same dog.
I just fucking...
Not even the same breed.
I don't fucking remember.
So what'd you do this week, man? What'd you do this week? So we're recording on a Friday, so week's over. What'd you do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I watched Surviving R. Kelly on Netflix.
You finally did? Is it on Netflix? I've been wanting to watch it. How was it?
It was dank. It was pretty good.
So, do they get pretty graphic in the stories?
Sadly, no. I wanted to see that sex tape.
Oh, it's so funny. Because I won't ruin. I mean, I'll stop talking about it because you didn't watch it, but that's also addressed in the Dave Chappelle thing too. He's like, because he got slandered for turning it down, and he goes on about like, no, he's like, I was called up by this producer friend, mutual friends, like, do you want to be on the R. Kelly sex? Just because he made a fucking skit about him, and he rejected it, and then they turned around and spun that to promote the show as Dave Chappelle turned down because he said it was too hot for TV. I can't be a part of this, and he's like, I did not say that shit. He's like, I said no because I don't know that. You know, it's like, it was pretty funny.
That was donk. Oh yeah, the Creepshow.
Oh yeah, I watched. So they're releasing those every week, right? Like one episode with a couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So I think the new one's out, right? It's every Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's every Thursday. All right. So I got to watch the new one. I watched the first episode, and let me give my little mini review of it. I liked it because it did feel like Creepshow. It did have an anthology horror vibe. The vibe was there.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought the stories were a little undercooked. They were all right. They were fine. I watched it and it was totally fine. I just feel like, I don't know. Both stories were onto something. They were just a little half baked. The one with the dollhouse, I feel like that one was really missing a climax. Like, did they just forget to write the big ending to this one?
Yeah.
I don't really get it. Like, what was?
I'm used to the horror anthologies having a big moral at the end, and now, like, when they don't, it seems like there's something off.
So,
or like some kind of it's a fucking ironic twist.
Yeah, I mean, that Twilight Zone effect.
Mm.
That whole thing. There was nothing. That doll, and everybody online before I watched it, I went into it with all these reviews in mind that everybody was saying the first one's all right, but the second one's great. I had the same gripe with both of them, but at least the first one had a real conclusion to it, kind of, right? I mean, somewhat.
Mm.
Even you see it coming a mile away. Like, you see it from the very millisecond that the kid is setting up those cops to go there, right? Defuse that. But at least it's something. Did I miss something with the doll one? Like, the doll was like killing the fake dolls in the dollhouse, and then they fucking gave the dollhouse away at the end. Okay, great. I thought the fucking entity in the dollhouse was like gonna come alive or come out of the dollhouse or something, right?
I was gonna come alive and start fucking sucking everybody's dick.
Well, you know what I mean? You expect for that evil to kind of be unleashed or something, but did I miss something, or is that all that happened?
That's what I would have done. If I found a severed head, I would have fucked its mouth.
But it's stupid. It's like, oh, this is kind of creepy. Let's get rid of the dollhouse. It's like real life shit. That's what you would really do. Like, nothing ever hit the fan. Oh, boo-hoo, the fucking, the little head killed a bunch of dolls. Like, all right, great. We want to see it kill the people or be a threat to the people. So whatever. I liked it enough to where I'm going to keep watching it and see if it gets better, but it doesn't exactly show me a lot of promise that was the one they came out of the gate with. Because you think they would really want the first episode to be good, right? They'd want to pick one of the best of the best. And that was really just kind of lukewarm to me. I liked everything. I liked the effects enough. I mean, even the CGI was fine in that first one. It's just the stories were a little, I don't know.
Fuck you. That was the greatest show ever made. No, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I think when I said something, Josh James, I think he disagreed politely. I think he really liked it, and it was just like Creepshow to him. Enough. I get it.
I was hoping the fucking host would have been more like the fucking Crypt Keeper. Have funny one-liners.
But it's all right though. I don't mind it. It gets to the point. It's not. Yeah, that'd be fun too. But it's fine. I can let that go. But no, I don't think it. Like I said, it feels like Creepshow. The vibe is there. But if you compare it to the actual stories that were in the first two movies, they don't shit on those stories. You know what I mean? Those stories were way better, and that's just not nostalgia goggles talking. Like, those stories were good. They had beginning, middles, and
not all of them. What was the one with the fucking drifter?
Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah,
that's not a very good one.
There's nothing on these though as the raft or anything, or whatever.
The raft is donk.
Yeah, even that fucking Indian That wooden Indian.
Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah. So like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's kind of cool though. They're doing the Tales from the Crypt, or I guess you could even say it's even like the movies where there's like the cameos, right? Because the celebrity. I don't know if was there celebrities in the second one. The first one had Tobin Bell, and it had the guy from fucking Breaking Bad, had Gus in it.
Donk.
So hopefully they keep that coming.
Oh yeah, I got that new Edward Snowden book. Snowden with Snowden.
Oh yeah,
that's what they should have called it.
Oh okay, what is it called?
Permanent Record.
All right.
What do you think about the fucking whistleblowers? I want to get a government job so I can be a whistleblower all the time.
I have. You would just be saying everybody fucks kids.
Exactly.
Or something. You know what though? I haven't been following it. I hear about it because I watch other shit and I read, but I haven't dug into it or really read about it. I kind of know what some of them are saying. I know about all the Ukraine bullshit. I know about the Biden shit. I know about the Trump shit, trying to get dirt on Biden through, but I haven't really read up on it, where the information's coming from and all that stuff. So
it was me, baby. It was me.
Yeah. I don't really. I did see where Trump was blatantly honest, where he says like, basically like, wouldn't you do that if you could get dirt off of like a foreign country off your opponent? Yeah, I would do it. Like, I think he kept it hypotheticals though. You know, it's like fuck.
If I did it.
Yeah, it was like an O.J. Simpson type of thing.
Fucking R. Kelly did the same thing. He was like, I admitted I raped him. He put out a song and then it was basically doing that thing.
Dude, if OJ seems to like the spotlight, or he likes exploitation and making money off vile shit, one or the other. The way he should come back and he could be totally accepted is he should get into horror movies and be in slashers.
I'd be dog.
Like, wouldn't that be the ultimate, like, holy fuck, this guy not doing this? Like, make somebody write. I don't know who would fund it. Maybe OJ can if he's got any money left. I don't think he does. But somebody needs to fund a slasher movie starring OJ.
Oh yeah, and he just fucking, his mask is his helmet.
Yeah, or he.
I'd be dog.
Dude, he's got a big fucking skull, big head.
Yeah, that was on fucking Dave Chappelle show.
Oh, was it?
Oh, that's OJ. He's got a big fucking head. What was it? Fucking Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy's donk.
Yeah, R.I.P. Eddie Murphy, man. Charlie Murphy died a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he died a couple years ago. Eddie Murphy, though, did you see? Big shocker. Did you see that as soon as he's done doing their Coming to America? Well, I think they're filming that right now. They might be almost done with it or done with filming. I don't know. But Coming to America, and then he's doing a sequel to what's the Beverly Hills Cop. I'm like, of course.
Oh, I thought that was leading to I thought you were gonna say fucking Eddie Murphy was planning on dying after he made fucking Coming to America 2.
No, it's just weird that he's in that part of his career where it's like, okay, I made a lot of shit for 25 years or 30 years. I'm going to start going back. Now I'm going to start making sequels to all my shit from the 80s heyday, right?
Do it. Fuck it. I want Billy Madison too.
Huh? Oh, you want Adam Sandler to get to that point?
Hell yeah. Fucking okay, Billy Madison too. He's got to go through the fucking all the grades again. Otherwise, I don't fucking know. Eric is gonna fucking. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to make Billy Madison too.
He's got that uncut Jewels or whatever that fucking movie's called. That the guys from Good Time directed that. Everybody maybe it's just me and the groups that I frequent, but it's all like those film groups. Everybody's like, oh great, terrific film. This looks amazing. Like, I don't know. I watched the trailer and I'm like. Maybe the movie's great, but I don't think the trailer's really selling me on that. It just looks like, okay.
They're just ready to like it because fucking Good Time was donk.
I think that's all it is. And I think because Good Time was, really well liked, and then they're doing the edgy thing by putting Sandler in it, because Sandler, he did Punch Drunk Love, and he was doing he did that one weird 9/11 PTSD fucking movie. He was doing a couple of outside of comic.
Yeah, you know what the best part of that movie was?
Rain Over Me. That's what it's called, off the Who song. What was it? I didn't watch the movie.
He did. The best thing about it was he played fucking Shadow of the Colossus a lot in it.
Oh, he did? So he was going through that phase where he was trying to branch out, working with those directors like P.T.S. Anderson and stuff like that. Paul P.T. Anderson, sorry, not PTS. I said PTSD. And stuff like that, and doing those weird drama films, and doing like Spanglish and stuff. And then he kind of came back around. And he started doing really stupid shit again, like Pixels and Grown Ups. It's like, all right.
Oh, Pixels is the greatest fucking movie ever made. How did he not win an Oscar for that?
Did you see that piece of shit? I didn't.
I did.
Terrible. You did? You saw it?
Yeah.
You're already getting prepped for our Sandler exploitation of doing every Adam Sandler movie known to man?
Hell yeah.
What'd you think of Pixels?
I don't fucking remember anything about it.
Dude. Anyway, it's funny that it's kind of weird to see him doing a movie like Uncut Gems or Uncut Jewels or whatever it is, because this seems like a movie he would have done like
Cocks.
20. Yeah, Uncut.
We need a fucking movie about fucking Adam Sandler not being circumcised. He's a Jewish guy that was never circumcised. He's got to go all the way across the U.S. to get circumcised by this guy that he told his parents to circumcise him when he was a kid, but he lied about it. He was just scared. He fucking ran away. Now he's got to go fucking do it. He's got to. It's gonna be donk.
You basically just wrote an Adam Sandler movie. Like, yeah, you think that sounds like the topic of an improv comedy skit, right? Okay. Create an Adam Sandler plot. Go. New Adam Sandler movie. Pitch it. You know?
What parent would just let their kid go? Like, you're going to go get circumcised, right? Fucking Adam? Yeah, Mom, I'm going to go. Hey, oh, yeah.
He's got to graduate to get to his bar mitzvah. He's got to prove himself that he's a man finally. He's a big man child. And so he can have his dick cut. And be
I think they do that when they're like children. So...
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a different sect of Jews that like wait till the bar mitzvah. That's what we're gonna write in the movie.
What you said, bar mitzvah? It's bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah, bar with a ball to bang to dang. Diggy diggy.
But no, I mean, yeah, you could do that. Well, you know, I wouldn't put it past Adam Sandler because he literally did that fucking movie Jack and Jill. And Jack and Jill, that looks like an SNL skit making fun of Adam Sandler like plots. And it seems like a parody, like no way. But no, it's like one of those fucking ideas Zach would have came up with, and they went full on with it. You ever see that movie Funny People, the Judd Apatow movie?
No.
Okay, that movie gets criticized, but it's a guilty pleasure. I actually really like it. It's just way too long, but I actually like it. Anyway, he plays like a fictionalized version of himself. He plays a comedian named George Simmons, who, just like Adams, it mirrors his real career. He went on and made movies and exploded, and it's more of a dramedy. But anyway, he lives in this house, and throughout the movie, you see all these like fictional movies George Simmons, quote unquote, was in, right? And it's almost making fun of Adam Sandler, right? Like he's in this movie where he plays like this fucking like merman. He plays this movie called like, oh fucking like The Do-Over or something. It's like a stupid rom-com with like Elizabeth Banks. And there's this one movie, they're watching this movie on TV where it's like he's doing a hot dog eating competition, and then his son stands up and he's like, Dad, this won't bring Mom back. And he looks up at the camera. He's got fucking like a million wieners out of his mouth. But I have nothing left. They're all really stupid. And Jack and Jill came after that, and that looks like one of those movies that would have been parodied in that movie. It looks freaking... And the fact that Al Pacino did it, gosh, times must have been tough. I don't know what else to say. I don't know other reason. I mean, I don't fucking know.
That'd be great, though. A fucking movie like Over the Top where he's going around fucking with his son doing hot dog eating contests.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seemed like. Yeah, the mom's dead. Or Over Top, the mom died in the movie. But, no, but they were actually funny. See, when Adam Sandler, it's funny because when he's taking the piss out on himself, it's actually really, really, really funny. But did
you ever listen to any of his comedy albums?
Yeah, there was when I was in like middle school and high school. I don't remember which ones they came from. I remember like Say My Name was one, right? Or What's My Name or something like that. But there was a few of them, I think. And I know the skits, but I don't know where they came from. I know like the goat. I know that skit.
They just came from the album. They weren't based on anything.
What was there, one album?
They're All Gonna Laugh at You was the first one, and then that's the only one I remember. Oh no, What the Hell Happened to Me was the second one. And there was one that was just songs. I never listened to that one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know the skits and I know some of the songs, but I don't know which records they appeared on. Isn't there one where he had Juggalo paint on the cover?
That was What's Your Name or something like that, yeah.
The one I was talking about? What's your name?
There's only songs on it, yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, he's got like the Juggalo paint and he's sitting down with his elbows on his knees. Yeah, that's exactly what that was, man. I sent you that. I sent you and Mac that picture of fucking, was that Shaggy 2 Dope or which one was that? With no makeup on.
Yeah, it was Shaggy 2 Dope. He says it's a picture of fucking JB Johnson with Shaggy 2 Dope. And he goes, oh, cringe. And I'm like, yeah, that is cringe. Hatebreed sucks.
Dude, it's weird. It's funny because that guy without makeup looks like every fucking Cottonmouth King listening white trash trailer cracker I've ever seen in my life. You know,
Cottonmouth Kings are amazing.
He looks like all of their fucking fans. Right? Doesn't he? Like without makeup, that's the only thing that's separating. And I guess if he puts makeup on, he looks like their fans too, right? At the gathering of the Juggalos. I think that would be the ultimate. I don't know if we could pledge enough money or get enough money donated to the channel to support a trip like that. I don't know if it'd be worth it for me, but it would be tempting if we all made the pilgrimage to the gathering of the Juggalos.
That'd be amazing.
And covered it. But I don't think I could stomach it.
We could do a podcast live during it and fucking get people on it, like we were at the other convention.
I swear we'd have to really spring and we'd have to have video equipment. That would have, because what's the point of having a Juggalo on if we can't see their fucked up faces?
Exactly.
We got to get them on, and I certainly wouldn't, man. I'd be going purely for the podcast, but you and Mac would have to dress up in Juggalo paint.
Oh, we'd make you do it too.
No, it's ridiculous. What's that song? He shared a song the other day. He said, worst fucking song I've ever heard in my life. Well, this ICP.
That was me that shared it. It's called In the Ha. It's their worst fucking song ever.
Is that a new song or is that like an old song?
It's like the one of the first.
It's a deep cut.
It's fucking terrible.
It's a deep cut.
Go listen to it right now on YouTube. In the Ha. Let us know what you guys think of them bars. They drop the bars like they're hot in that song.
Hey, how do you define what a deep cut is? When people talk about a deep cut.
Oh, fucking songs that aren't a hit or something.
Yeah, so I always figured a deep cut was just a song that wasn't on the radio, wasn't a single, and maybe a song that doesn't really get played live very much. It just gets pulled out every now and again. But I do listen to Jamie Joss's podcast. It's funny. I'm not a Hatebreed fan really, and all that stuff. But he gets a lot of good guests on his show, and I do enjoy his show.
Does he get fucking Shaggy 2 Dope?
He would not object if he hasn't. He totally would, because this guy, he's kind of questionable. Like he's I get it. I think the first Hatebreed album that they came out like in '97. I think that's legit, like hardcore cred as far as that scene. But after that, they really started making love with the metal scene and trying to win over those fans. They started going on metal tours, metalcore tours. You know what I mean? They kind of like split that audience, but doesn't matter to me regardless. But anyway, he'll have on everybody. He'll have on, agnostic fronts. He'll also have on fucking people from Five Finger Death Punch. He'll just have on whoever, and he'll talk to them, I guess, like a human being, like you should with everybody. But he doesn't necessarily have objective interviews. He talks like he's best friends with everybody, which I
need to get a podcast to talk to like shitty bands and talk to them like a pile of shit. Like fucking, why are you happening?
Yeah, you got a podcast.
Like, see, that'd be great if you got the guy from Five Finger Death Punch. He's like, hey, why are you happening? Why do you exist?
Why did your band blow up 10 years after your type of image and band were fucking hip?
Yeah, like convince me you're good. Just try it. We'll see if you can do it.
Isn't that weird? No, when Five Finger Death Punch came out, I thought it was a troll. I'm like, I thought this was over. I thought this whole scene was over. This white trash metal, this white trash new metal, these fucking dreadlocks and shit, and Go America and stuff like that. And these like weird, I mean, you know what I mean? Like these people that kind of exploit the military and patriotism because that's their bread and butter. It's like Godsmack's like that too, right? They even did a fucking Go Army fucking .com ad. They put their stuff, and that's cool. I'm not bashing on the military. I love the military, but there's certain bands that really pander to it, and to me, it's just dollar signs. And Five Finger Death Punch is definitely that. They got dreadlocks and I don't know.
What was that Toby Keith song? We'll put a boot in your ass.
But that fits right in with country. It really does. But man, I would love to talk to a serviceman that didn't have shitty taste in music. Well, I fucking love the service, and I got family that served. And I take that back. There's people that listen to good shit, but you know what I mean? There's that stereotypical one, like where they listen to bro shit, Godsmack, Disturbed. Metallica's in there too. Metallica's so big to where.
Yeah, did I ever tell you about that story where our health class, she brought her son in, and he was in the military. He's like, yeah, we watched this to get fucking stoked, and it was like a bunch of war footage. It was like, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. And he shows us this, and then after it's over, he's like, yeah, we got another one too. It's to a dope song. But yeah, I can't play it. And everybody, like, I knew what it was. It's that, die, motherfucker. And then just the idea of seeing people shooting guns and the song is saying, die, motherfucker, die. That's so absurd.
And his name was his name Kyle, and he drank Mountain fucking Dew, Monster Energy drink, played Call of Duty.
It might have been, that motherfucker.
So
Did you go to my class?
You know, it's funny. Five Finger Death Punch, they literally had an album. Maybe it's not their newest one, but like one of the later ones. Like they literally had an album like a couple years ago called Got Your Six. They literally put out an album called Got Your Six.
I got your six, baby.
Fuck my life. I mean, seriously, like that's.
Watch my back. I watch your back.
What else? That's like, I don't know. It's just not good music though.
Oh, it's amazing music.
Is there of that whole era of bands, who do you actually give a pass to? I mean, I know we talk about Limp Bizkit and shit, but come on, troll aside. Like, who do you think didn't deserve? Like, maybe they were just something like Deftones, right? Deftones were just a product or a victim of the time, right? They were one of those cases. They just got lumped in because most of those bands that I guess are still credible, they really weren't part of a scene. They really had their own unique sound that doesn't belong to anything. Like Deftones is Deftones. You know, even when they were
kind of new metal-y on the old ones.
Even when they were like doing the heavy stuff in the first couple albums, it didn't sound. Think about it. When Adrenaline came out in '95, new metal really wasn't a thing. It was, bubbling, but it wasn't a thing yet.
He's fucking straight up rapping on Engine Number 9. That song. He's straight up rapping.
I know, but like, think about it. The guitars weren't down-tuned. There was kind of an alternative vibe to it. Just didn't feel like what I think new metal represented a little later. Like basically the bands that copied Korn. That, you're a demon. To me, that was like new metal, but they were still their own thing. In 1995, how many people were rapping over songs like Engine Number 9? It was just bubbling. I don't really think. And then I don't think, to me, Around the Fur does not sound new metal to me. I just think it sounds like Around the Fur. I guess alternative metal makes sense. That's a title that I'll buy, but it doesn't sound like anything else. Does Around the Fur sound like any other band from any time? It's really nobody sounded like Chino Moreno, and even Around the Fur, like they still weren't. I guess the simple riffs, because that was a real big thing in the new metal era, is keeping riffs really simple. But then again, man, hardcore bands were keeping shit simple and aggressive, I don't think anything sounded like Around the Fur. And it makes sense. I think they were saying when they did White Pony, they were consciously trying to make an album to separate from all that bullshit. White Pony doesn't sound, even though it's one of the biggest albums of that era, it doesn't sound like any other band at the time. They're just mixing fucking The Cure with the Smiths, with some kind of weird metallic edge. It was literally a product of Chino Moreno and Stephen Carpenter clashing and writing together, right? They're two polar opposite styles of music, and it created something great.
Hell yeah.
They're
that place me and Mac was talking about, Joe's Pizza. The guy that runs its name is Eno, and I always call him Eno Chino Marino Valentino from Encino.
Yeah.
And he always acts like he wants to kick my ass when I do.
When's Joe's Pizza gonna start breaking us off some for all this fucking product placement pitching you're doing?
Hell yes.
Yeah. Are you gonna start taking Instagram pictures? There's enough pictures on your personal Instagram of you and Mac eating that fucking pizza. You guys should start putting them on our Instagram and see if he'll kick us back a few. They got an Instagram, man? We gotta tag him.
I don't know.
Speaking of Instagram, so it's so weird. I don't know how applicable it is to talk about this when we're so far ahead, because like as of this recording, spoiler alert, it's like what, October 4th? Okay, but this is probably coming out mid-October. But the giveaways that we're doing right now, it's funny, as of October 4th, the first one's live right now. There's one for Facebook and there's one for Instagram. I don't know if most people don't know how to read, but it's like a shit ton of people are liking the photo, but it clearly liking the giveaway, but it clearly says you got to like, you know, the typical shit, right? The typical fare, tag a friend, like, follow the page. It's obviously we're doing it for promotion, right? Duh. I mean, we're doing it because it's cool. I mean, it's costing me money. I'm happy. I want to give shit away. I love the people that listen to us, but obviously we want to get a little exposure, right? But people are just like liking shit. I'm like, and it's people that don't follow the page. I'm like, you guys aren't going to get shit because you're not following the rules. So I don't know. It's really weird. Hopefully people figure that out.
They're fuck ups. They could just, you know, they don't get shit.
Hopefully by the time this is out, that got all straightened out, because I can make it more clear next week. You know, whenever I post the next one, because I'm doing them every week. But it's really cool though. We're giving away some cool shit, and it's all going to sort of culminate with Halloween Day. Because on Halloween Day, I'm giving out 2 autographed films. We got a DVD copy of Night 90 signed by Tony Todd. That's really cool. And we're going to be doing that one via Facebook, I believe. We'll see. I don't know. One of them's going to be on one and the other one's going to be on the other. And then Sid Haig, RIP, he autographed a pristine VHS copy of House of a Thousand Corpses. Isn't that weird that, Zach, I didn't plan this. It's like, I'm not, like, it's just that he just passed away. Have I not been talking about for like 2 years that I got to get rid of that?
We've had that damn thing forever. And
when he was alive and healthy, and I'm just like, yeah, I got to give that away. We should do a little giveaway. It's really neat. Because Riverman, and I'll have to upload, just for authenticity's sake, I'll have to get the pictures, you know, of when we met Sid Haig and stuff like that, you know, to kind of authenticate it. But it's from 2014. I want to say it's 2014 when we met him and he signed that for us. And the Tony Todd one, that one's been around since like fucking 2011, 2012, something like that. Tony Todd, he's highly rumored to be reprising his role as Candyman in the Jordan Peele Candyman. It's one of those pseudo reboot remakes, right? Or sorry, reboot sequels.
That's the way to do it. And see, you got to make a Candyman remake that's worth a shit, because all those sequels are shit.
Well, so he's kind of doing and I don't know if he's just producing it or directing it. I think he's maybe just producing it. But no, they're doing the Halloween thing where it's like a reboot, but it's a sequel to the first one, right? So, and that is the way to do it. Like, just because Halloween was kind of samey, shitty, it wasn't a great movie. I'm all for that for most franchises. Like Candyman, if you're going to reboot it, putting Tony Todd in it and just making it like a 25-year sequel to the first one, you kind of get everything.
And if it does well, you know, fucking Freddy Krueger, they're going to be tempted.
Look, it's not going to do as well as Halloween. I mean, if Halloween didn't make fucking Robert Englund do Freddy again, I don't know what will. But he recently
it's got his name on it, so it might do good.
Well, did you see that? I know a lot of people take these quotes out of context, but this was the closest kind of interest quote I've heard. Did you see where he did like some kind of convention recently? I'm talking like a couple weeks ago, where he was talking about Freddy yet again. And did you know what I'm talking about? Where he kind of gave a shred of interest, because normally he says, no, I'm too old, I'm done, whatever. Okay, this time he changed his tune a little bit. He basically said, he kind of had the same story where it's like, look, it's a young man's game. It's like, look, I think they were even talking about the success of Halloween and how they did it. He said, look, at most, I got one more in me. He's never said that. It's like, he's like, but if they want, but I know these people want to make a movie so they can, in hopes, make more movies because they want to make money. And I'm an old guy. I don't got more than one in me. So he kind of still had the same stance, but he basically said, I'd be open to one more, but also the realistic standpoint of, look, if you guys are trying to draw out 8, they want to make 8 of these fucking things. He can't do it. I get that. Somebody, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Hollywood, man, is interested in making anything that doesn't have a prospect of a franchise these days. I don't know if they have interest in investing in shit that is just a standalone movie anymore. And that really upsets me, because I think if this was 1995, there would be people throwing money at that proposition. Like him even teasing the interest of doing it, he'd be getting phone calls that night. Like, okay, we'll make one final fucking movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking amazing. And you could do it with him. They could do the same thing with Halloween. They could call it, and I would let it pass. I'd be like, fine, if it gets us more Robert Englund, Freddy, call it a Nightmare on Elm Street. And then forever, we're going to be saying Nightmare fucking 80s. We're going to say Nightmare fucking 2003, whatever the fucking year that shit came out.
We're not going to mention that movie ever again.
But you know what I mean, though? Like, even if we have to live in a world where we're constantly putting a fucking year to differentiate the movie with the same fucking title, it's worth it. They could do it, and they could sort of pseudo... They don't even have to make it a sequel to the first one. That would be fucking rad. I think they still could do that. They could make a fucking pseudo 40 fucking year later or whatever sequel to the first one with like an old Nancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could basically, they could kind of do what they did with New Nightmare, except take the meta shit out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could legit make a sequel to Freddy and make it just be a sequel to the first one, and it's Freddy, the Freddy within the movie, coming back for some kind of revenge, right?
Yeah.
They could even, and since they would just be following the first movie, kind of like how Halloween 2, you know, deemed Michael the brother of Laurie, and that's where the whole lore went. I think Freddy kind of did that too with the Elm Street limitations. That, I mean, if they would have stopped after the first one, there's nothing that says Freddy couldn't have went outside of Elm Street if you're just going off the first movie, right? Because I doubt fucking, Nancy would be living on Elm Street after all that traumatizing shit, watching her mother fucking killed, all her friends getting killed. It's like, leave that fucking place. But make a movie, adjust the rules a little bit, disregard sequels, and make a movie where maybe he's haunting her, following her, wherever the fuck she is, or her daughter or something. You could do something. Or just remake it all together with fucking Robert Englund old as an old pedophile. That works too.
Oh, yes.
But I say go hard this time and have him fucking do worse things, do heinous things. The thing is they wanted you to like Freddy in those sequels, right? He became fun. He wasn't a hateable villain. He was a fun villain. He's the villain you want to crack open a beer with. He had the one-liners,
I fucking drink with pedophiles all the time.
The villain was the star, right? So you didn't want to make him too heinous. You didn't want to take the lightheartedness out of it. But you know what? That's not the way the first movie was. That's where the series ended up taking it. Make a movie that's dark and a real take off the first one and fucking go hard. Make Freddy hateable. I'd be all right with that. Make him dark and disgusting and vile, and even say, look, I know they tried to do that with a fucking remake, right? Where he was actually touching they went too hard with it. It's like, wow, this whole movie's talking about, it's all about a PTSD thing, like a repressed memories against sexually molested. I think they went a little too hard with it, but it can be, acknowledged. I don't know.
That looks like the fucking chick that is in fucking
Wizard of Oz?
Scared Stupid.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the other chick.
Oh, did you see my doppelganger? That picture I sent?
Hell yeah.
My brother sent that to me, and he sent me pictures of the black guy from that movie in court that sees Nash's lookalike, and he like looks at him, hey, look at his teeth, and he sent that to me and said, I don't know what. I don't know. He said some fucking thing like that. Mr. Nash quotes something.
You think the Wolfman gets fleas?
I don't know. So this famous scene that they always show on TV is the last 2 minutes of the movie.
He's only wolfed out twice in this movie so far.
Yeah.
3 times, baby.
I think the makeup's pretty cool for the day. The mask is pretty cool.
I remember this. He just kind of strangles her. He doesn't bite her or anything.
He's not eating her. Well, he should. Let me go ahead and read some comments. Are they gonna fucking kill him, or does he run off into the night? I actually don't know.
They're fucking beating him to death with a cane.
He's supposed to be strong. He's a wolf man. Throw him against the tree.
He's a beta wolf.
Beowulf. We should do Beowulf just so you can call it Beta Wolf. We should do a beta exploitation of all things that you can do play on words with beta. We got beta Lugosi exploitation. We got to do Beta Wolf. What else could you do? What else will work? Beta Watch. We could do the Baywatch movie called Beta Watch. I don't know. Oh, okay. So did they kill him? What happened? they're really just beating him down with a cane. That's all it takes.
He's a fucking beta.
All right, so I'm going to read some comments here on our Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers commentary. That's the revisited commentary we did last October Blitz that went fucking haywire, and we posted it a few weeks ago for your listening pleasure, dragging it out of the vaults. Anyway, he says, you're going to have to, this must be a band that you referenced on that episode. Like I said, it was over a year ago. This is Brian Kennedy, by the way. He says, Horse the Band. Saw them back at Sounds of the Underground. Weird ass band. You guys should all check out Brightburn, the evil Superman movie.
Oh yeah, Horse the Band, Nintendo Core. You ever heard of Nintendo Core, Horse the Band?
It's called Horse the Band. That's the name, Horse the Band. And they played Sounds of the Underground, a Nintendo Core. What is Nintendo Core? Is that like Dragon Force? What's Nintendo Core?
Nintendo Core. They have like a fucking keyboard player in the band, and he plays in the fucking 8-bit fucking sounds.
It sounds cool. But to me, that's proggy too, right? I like, there's this band, Hawken. They're great, but they're like a proggy band, and their keyboards sound like fucking Mega Man sometimes, like straight up Mega Man songs, and they're great.
They have songs about, there's a song called Cuts Man about the fucking boss from the Mega Man first game.
Okay, so they legit write songs about Nintendo and games. Okay, well, there's a lot of bands that do that. There's a band called the Mini Bosses, right? That has done nothing but Mega Man albums where they do like all these themes. There's a lot of those groups. And they usually play a lot of gaming conventions and things like that. They get booked. And the rest of the comments, I'm just going to wrap it up. We're going to read for Dracula. Like I said, we're a little behind, but we'll address Dracula. William Lowry, you say, what is this? I expect a commentary talking about nothing but the original Dracula. And what I really got was Masturbating 101 and my secret love for all things Fred Durst. False advertising. He says, you're not, he says, I'm just yanking your chain. The original Dracula rules, but I have to ask, who's the better Dracula, Bela Lugosi or Christopher Lee? Okay, so even though he's joking, he's not wrong. We talked about masturbation a lot and how to do it properly or whatever on that episode. And we talked about Fred Durst, as things always tend to go. But my answer to that is, I actually really adore Christopher Lee. I think he's awesome. And he's been in not just Dracula, he's been in so many good movies, but I think Bela Lugosi owned the role more. Like, he embodied it and he went hardcore ham into it. So I think Bela Lugosi's probably the slightly better, but I love Christopher Lee.
I haven't seen any of the fucking Hammer horror movies either.
Yeah, Peter Cushing movies and, those guys that used to do that. Mutineer says, don't worry, Zach. Dracula is notoriously terrible. It's just iconic. Frankenstein is a huge leap forward. If you don't like Frankenstein, then you're really in trouble as far as enjoying these goes.
I see. I fucking didn't get to watch Frankenstein before we did it. So I need to watch it.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, so if he's not watching him beforehand, he's not really going to get a good inkling of how he feels about him because we're just talking. We're kind of watching him. We're talking about bullshit. Like Zach said, he's going to have to watch them in his own time. But the good news is these movies aren't huge investments. Like, they're all like an hour and 10 minutes long. So you could sit aside that time and watch Frankenstein rather easily. It's not very daunting. Block 069 on Dracula says, oh boy, more commentaries. You guys should do Monster Squad. Can't express how much I love your show. Please keep it up. As soon as I can afford it, I'm going to support your channel. Well, Block 069, I appreciate that. I'm sure Zach appreciates it.
Blocko is our boy.
Yeah.
He fucks with Blocko.
We should do Monster Squad. It kind of conflicts with October's theme, but we do need to do Monster Squad. That's a movie I'm not sure ages as well because I rented that. That's one of those movies I used to rent at my like rental store, right? That I've talked about where I got like Haunted Ween and all this shit. My stories of, I rented Monster Squad and I remember liking it back then. All right. But I rewatched it a few years ago and I don't know if my attention was 100% into it. So I need to give it another shake, but I don't remember liking it quite as much as I did. But
I never saw it as a kid. So I watched it for the first time as a grown up.
What'd you think?
I thought, I just remember thinking, okay.
yeah, it just feels like an ad type movie. And I don't know how much I loved it when I saw it when I was a kid either, to be honest. It's a movie we rented one time and probably watched one time. It wasn't like a Chucky or something or a Hellraiser where I rented them like a million times. Because we all had those movies. I just rent the same and it doesn't make any sense. It's like at this point, buy the fucking $100 VHS or whatever they were charged for them, because you rent the damn thing like 50 million times. And my mom would break down and do that sometimes. Like I've talked about Mortal Kombat, man. We rented Mortal Kombat, the movie, I swear, like 50 times. Like we would take it back and we'd like extend it. And we just and my mom eventually bought it. And she bought it from the same rental store, and we probably watched the same copy that I've rented a million times. So it's pretty cool. A lot of history there. We're gonna leave it off with. But anyway, I want to finish what I was saying on your comment block of 69. Sorry. Thank you so much for the compliments. Don't worry. I mean, we're free content, man. Don't ever feel obligated to like support us in a monetary fashion. I mean, if people do, that's awesome. But you guys listening and, you know, even commenting and building a dialogue with us, that's more than ever we could ever ask for. But also on the note of supporting, we're still trying to think of it. I want feedback. I'm going to ask that to you guys now. Please give us feedback. I don't want to just drop a link and be like, hey, look, here's something to donate. I know a lot of people do that, and I think it's cool and fair, but I want to give you guys something extra. And I don't know if it should be simple. Like, what if we just started with like a bonus commentary or a live commentary? That was the original idea. Like once a month, we do a live commentary that is just for you guys. And it could be like a Hangouts thing where you guys can come in the chat room and we'll do a live commentary there. And that could be like something simple as for fucking you give $1 a month. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that could still go on the channel for free. I still don't want to really deprive anybody of content, but like it'll go up later. You know what I mean? Like maybe it'll go up like a month later. Mm-hmm. You know, something very simple like that. So I want to do something for people. I don't want to just fucking take anything. So give us ideas of what you guys think would be cool, because we're basically at the mercy and we're at the listening for you. So, and also in the meantime, we got t-shirts, we got merch. So we got those links right below the videos for our Teespring. Got BTM shirts, we got Revival shirts, we got Mac Attack Save the World shirts, we got Cinema Enema shirts. That's a good way of getting a cool fucking shirt, because those shirts are quality. We only do the premium shirts, which I'm a big fan of. I've got a stack of them myself. I've literally tested them all myself. They're all great. And we get a chunk of those. We get a chunk of that money right back to us. That helps us do cool shit for you. So, but let us know what you guys want, and we'll definitely consider it and play with that. Another thing, Zach, kind of on this topic, I think we should start. And I've been kicking around this idea a while, you know, because back in the day, years ago, like when the channel first started, you know, we were doing video reviews, right? Mm-hmm. If you guys go way back in the archives of our YouTube channel, there's like a handful of video reviews. Like fucking Todd did Grizzly, you know, and there's just a fucking handful of, I think fucking Lush did Chrome Skull too. That fucking fucker. But anyway, there's some movies, and I really like the ones Todd did. Now, for them being like a decade old or whatever, you know, he was just using like whatever tech at the time they had. But now, like the iPhone X's and onward, the cameras are so fucking good. Like, I don't even know how much like really good fucking equipment we'd need. You know, it'd be tempting to get like a really nice camera and stuff. But basically, I've thought it would be cool, but I don't know if I want to put in all the fucking work it takes to fucking put videos together. And not to mention, if I do a review of something, I kind of want it to be something that's relevant and new, and something that is right on the top of my head because I just saw it. Like, you know, I'm going to see Joker probably tomorrow, and I thought about it. I thought about making a video of just with my phone, something out, and I could just upload it, right? Mm-hmm. Just do like a fucking 10-minute riff on the movie. You know, I could still set it up on a little tripod or whatever, and I could sit, I can be in my office or whatever, and it could still look nice, and I could even do it during the day or something. So, but no fancy editing, unfiltered, and just throw it up there. Like, I don't know. I wonder if people would like that shit. What do you think? Zach, would you want to start trying to do that experiment?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, do we really have to edit that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess if we're really good, well, I mean, and maybe if we did want to edit, maybe at most just kind of like get like a title card. But it doesn't really have to be any big fucking deal. So I think I was going to try and do that. So I guess if this is posted, you'll know if I did or not. But let us know if you'd be interested in that. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, just some new ideas. Last comment, Feline Fatale. The Lords of Salem was the only Rob Zombie movie I thoroughly enjoyed. But to each their own.
Hell yes! Another big brain in the fucking room to fucking offset Aaron's autism.
You and Feline Fatale are a match made in heaven. I can't take any of the Rob Zombie stuff, but I want to watch 3 from Hell. I have to be able to put my stamp on it. So, but maybe one of these days maybe one of these days I'll give Lords of Salem another shot, because I can only say I watched the movie once, but it was like in pieces, man. I couldn't get through it. It took me like 4 viewings to get through that damn movie. So, I mean, at least it's got something on the movie Chud, because I've never been able to finish that one in pieces. I've still never gotten to the fucking end. So whatever, I'll give it a shot.
Did you ever finish Pieces in Pieces?
I finished Pieces in one big piece.
Fuck, boy.
It's not that. It's all right. It's okay. It's whatever. But anyway, that's all we got. Yeah, so kind of on what we were talking about before. I already mentioned on how you can support us and where you guys can find those links. And please give us feedback on some new ideas, or, you know, the idea of a live commentary, something special for anybody that wants to throw us like $1 or something, and we'll cook all that up. Other than that, a good way to support us is to also, if you guys are on YouTube, for example, check out the links below the videos. That'll take you to all the podcast services where our show is located. All of them are, and they're on all of them. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher, we're on Spotify. Those are the ones that matter. Go over there, check us out over there, see how you like it over there. If you guys like to go on walks, you guys go on jogs, you're riding in your car, there's so much better to listen to via those things than on YouTube. But you guys might like it, man. I listen to podcasts on YouTube sometimes when I'm just sitting at my office, you know, and I got a PC there. It works too. But at the least, you guys could always go over there and leave us feedback, you know, a 5-star rating, stuff like that on iTunes, or Google. That goes a long way as far as getting us some exposure to people that are like-minded, you know, just like you guys that would enjoy us. And surely you guys want to build the community. But that's all we got. And last but not least, we do have those giveaways going on. If you want that Sid Haig VHS, it's pretty cool. And it's a nice piece from somebody that the community lost. And he's very well respected and very much loved and missed. And the Tony Todd as well, the Night 90. Go follow us on Facebook. Go follow us on Instagram. Go follow us on Twitter. So you guys are keeping up with that stuff and you guys know all the rules. But essentially, if you go on Instagram and you like the post, you tag a friend and you follow that Instagram, we're going to draw it and you're in the running. Same thing goes to the ones that are on Facebook. Just like the page, tag a friend, and the post, bam, you know, and we'll give this shit out. And I'm going to mail this shit out personally with love. TLC. Zach isn't located in Arizona. Otherwise I'd have him, you know, fucking seal the envelope with his fucking pre-cummies. But
oh yeah,
can't do that. But I can guarantee it will be done lovingly myself. But that's all we got, Zach. You got any last things you want to say?
I want to fuck all of you.
All right, man. I can't top it. Bye-bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's love and Josh's Scott Vale and Riverman's bail. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
Donk.
Revival House, 2019, y'all. That sounds like fire, like this country used to.